Okay, how would you like to take your idea, okay, and then go to the internet and within 2 months get like over $670,000? That's right, $670,000. And listen, you won't get any partners. You won't get any banks. You won't get any investors. These are all from sources that you don't have to share any of your business with. They don't get any of the profits. You get it all. So what a great idea. Almost $750,000 and you don't have to share it with anybody. It only takes about 2 months to get. Yeah. Well, that's the kind of things that are happening out there nowadays, you know, and it's happening all on the internet to the people who learn how to use that tool. Now, here's a couple of great thinkers, really. What they've done is come up with a ballpoint pen to make a circuit. So you don't have to put wires to the battery and things like that. You just draw on a piece of paper. And it gets rid of, your pen gets rid of wiring anything. And it's a great tool to help kids learn about electricity or electronics and all this kind of stuff. Or for the backyard, you know, or the garage mechanic or the tinker and all this kind of stuff. But it's going to be a boom to education, a boom to development, you know. And that's why, you know, they found the internet so they don't have to share any of the money. So see how they did it. Okay, Stephen Walker, boy, you're an inventor of the circuit pen. I guess that's what you call it. The circuit scribe, but it's really like a pen, so you're drawing circuits. But, you know, it's a fantastic idea, and I think you're going to change the world and educate America on how to be more inventive themselves. But you're so smart inventing all this stuff, but I can't understand, why weren't you smart enough on Kickstarter to realize you didn't ask for enough? I mean, you asked for $85,000 and you're already up to $425,000. It's at a young person can really learn and figure out if there's an interest in this kind of subject by just, you know, your $30 package or whatever.
Right. It's a pretty low risk investment to see if you're interested.
Yeah. And then if you're a maker, you're really making stuff and you want real circuits, man. You know, this is for that too, huh?
Yeah.
And so your other thing, now this can actually be printed out of a printer too, these circuits. I mean, with the ink.
So we have inks also available we have inks that we've also developed that can be printed out of inkjet printers, airbrushed. sprayed on, as well as dip coated, spin coated, and just deposited on all sorts of substrates as well.
So no more soldering irons, huh, with all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's really integrates well for what printed electronics is becoming.
So you're going to put all these Chinese people who were making our printed circuit boards out of business because now we could just draw them.
I don't know about all of them, but we're hoping maybe we can run for money.
but what a great technology breakthrough it seems. I don't know anything about the industry, so maybe I'm blowing hot air. But it seems that if you're able to get something like this that can even be eventually with certain adjustments come out of a printer to do these things, you eliminate a lot of this handwork that must be doing this stuff in factories.
Yeah, there's a lot of interest and a lot of development work in printed electronics for developing these inks, just for that, so that now instead of having to worry about all these complicated production lines, you have normal printing equipment that can all of a sudden print actual functional devices instead of just printing written words, etc. You can actually print meaningful devices and make them in large quantities very cheaply.
Wow. So what used to print my books when I used to do books are out of business. These printing companies are going to be printing circuits with using your ink instead of the ink I used in my books.
Yeah, no, that's definitely part of it.
Yeah, well, that's incredible. I mean, how about even, I guess that really, snowballs into defense work and everything. I mean, everything runs on circuit boards nowadays, so you really invented something that's going to make a hell of a lot easier, a hell of a lot cheaper to make circuits for anything, whether it's my microphone or my cell phone or turning on the light switch.
Yeah, that's the goal, is we're really trying to develop easy-to-use products that integrate into the current manufacturing infrastructure to really just increase quality of life by making the devices that we use all the time, like electronics.
Yeah, well, that's a nice. So you can take what you're doing with your PhD, and you just got your PhD, right? In engineering?
Yeah, not that long ago, April of this year.
Yeah, but who's counting it? and now you say you're able to do with that improve quality of life of other people. I mean, that must be a wonderful feeling. Yeah.
It does. It's really rewarding work. I got to say, it's really nice to get up in the morning and have that sort of motivation.
Right. Well, I mean, you have to have some motivation to get through the PhD program in engineering.
Yeah, a little bit.
But you said, I guess your mentor there or advisor started this work earlier. Is that right? That she's been developing something?
Yeah, Jennifer Lewis has done quite a bit of work in printed electronics, and so some of the developments on the ink, on the particle side, on the particle-based inks, were done by colleagues of mine in the research group earlier, and then they've just been refined further and further, and then spanned across different application areas.
So once you got your PhD, you said, "Hey, let's start a business." Huh? Why teach? Let's start a business, and you started this business. And really, the university there had incubators to help you get off the ground with your business. Is that how it works?
Yeah, the University of Illinois has great incubator space. We have an entire park developed to spin off technologies called Research Park, and then I am located in Enterprise Works, which has entire lab spaces developed towards sort of incubating this technology and making it grow and developing it into a full-fledged business.
Wow. And so the university, because they gave you all this equipment to help you develop this and invent this, they take a little partnership out of this too for you, huh?
Yeah, so since it was developed during the graduate work when I was doing my PhD, then they do get a small portion of equity in the company as well as some small royalty as far as actually producing anything.
So they're good business people too, huh?
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing.
They're not going to let that slip through their fingers, right? So that's so to find this, now anybody could go on Electronic Inks, so ELECTRONINKS, right, .com. And you could find out about all the stuff you're doing and also get to the quick starter page real fast, because that's where the consumer could really make out on this stuff and find out about it and help young people, learn more about electronics and engineering and the like. Or if you're a maker and want to just make stuff in life, you've got that little thing going.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Stephen. Awfully nice to talk to you, and glad you're getting a PhD in this and making our life better.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Take care.
You too.
See, now the most important thing about all this stuff is using the tools, using the internet to get the money, taking your idea, spending the time, on your idea to make sure you find people that are interested in it. Your friends and relatives and things like that, they probably, they may be superficially interested, but they're not going to give you money for it. The people who give you money for it, man, they're your best people, and that's how you find them, is on the internet.